Hey there, Manuel here. Welcome back to the Tech with Tours channel. In this one, I want to go over why I think that you should still learn to code in 2026. A lot of people are throwing around this idea that you shouldn't even learn to code anymore, that you don't need to understand the basics, and that AI agents will do everything for you. Now, here's something that the CEO of Cursor, the editor, has said recently. He said that vibe coding builds shaky foundations and that things start to crumble. And this is, if you've been using AI agents for a while, something that happens if you don't have experience with a project. If you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you already know how to program, you already know how to code, and that you did that before starting to use AI agents. And if that's the case, maybe you don't even understand this concept of building shaky foundations because you already know how to program, so you don't even let the AI agent take the lead to a point where the project becomes a mess. But if even the CEO of a company that benefits greatly from AI agents working is saying this, there must be some kind of truth to this, and I totally agree. Like it says here, you must understand what AI generates, otherwise you cannot know when it breaks, you cannot know why it breaks, and also you cannot fix it. And even from the get-go, when you start a greenfield project, you won't know if the AI is making good decisions or not. And what I think is that AI can help us become more productive and output more code, more features, and do more work in less time, but I don't think that it is a replacement like a lot of people say. So AI multiplies what you already know, and AI amplifies existing skills. If you already have skills as a developer, if you already know how to build stuff without AI, if you were doing this before AI, then you'll be able to produce much more code with AI, code that actually works, that is of high quality, and that won't break under the minimum amount of pressure. This means that you need to understand the foundations of programming, of coding, and then you'll be able to actually use AI to go much faster and to become more productive. And in the same way, unskilled developers with AI will just produce more broken code. The name of the game here is that you need to understand what you're doing and what the AI agent is actually outputting in terms of code. If you know what the AI agent is doing, then sure, go ahead, be more productive, go faster. I already do that on a daily basis, but I make sure that I understand what the AI agent is doing. Like I've said in the previous videos, I like to use inside of Claude Code the brainstorming skill. Then I like to build a design document, build a plan, review everything, and see that the work that the AI agent will do is actually what I want to implement. And when I use it for stuff that is important related to the work that I do, I use it to build stuff that I already would have known how to build. Stuff with React, with Convex. So basically everything that it's in terms of front end, back end development, web development. I've been doing this for a while, so I already know exactly how to do it. I just want to go faster and I use the AI for that. Using AI also requires us to have a certain skill. This means that besides knowing how to program and knowing how to code, which is a skill that, like I said, if you're watching this, probably you already have this skill, you also need to learn certain kinds of skills that are related to AI itself. It's not like you know how to code and now you start using AI agents and it's all good from there, you become more productive. No, you need to have these two different skills, which are separate, are two different, completely different skills. First, you need to know how to code, and then you need to know how to work with AI agents. You need to know how to work with AI agents if you want to get stuff done with them, even if you don't program. If you want to use them for like marketing work, if you want to use them for design work, you still need to know like the ins and outs of working with AI agents. And by combining these two skills, then you'll be able to be more productive. So you must learn how to prompt. This is basically specifying what you need precisely. You need to know how to communicate that to the AI agent. Then you need to know how to review, so identify errors AI introduces. This is more or less coding, but not necessarily directly tied to it. And finally, you also need to know how to architect, meaning that you need to know how to design systems beyond AI's context window. And you need to be able to make decisions that you don't leave to the AI agent. You make certain kinds of decisions that you, as the architect, as the programmer, as the coder developer, you need to be able to make them, and you need to know what you are actually doing. I, for example, when I'm working with React, I know what I'm doing, and when the AI agent starts doing some like weird stuff, I can pull it back in the right direction pretty quickly, and I only can do that because I already have some experience, so that's very important. Again, the name of the game here is that you decide what ships to production. So here's exactly what you should do and what I think that should be the best path for you to learn how to code and then learn how to code with AI in 2026. First of all, you need to learn how to code without AI. You need to understand what the AI generates, and to do this, you need to put in the work and do some kind of programming without the help of the AI, because that will give you the foundations to understand what goes wrong, when it goes wrong, and why it is going wrong. Obviously, you don't need to learn, I would say, as much as you did back in the day, because now you can just ask the AI agent for some kind of help, can help you like clarify certain points, but you need this foundation, this basis for like being able to work with the AI agent. I come back always to this point. I'm currently using React again a lot. I stopped using it for a while. I've been working with it lately more. The only reason I can use it confidently is because I already knew how to implement stuff with React. Now the only difference is that I don't type it manually and instead I leave it to the AI agent. But if I were to start doing work in other areas completely different from React, let's say that now I wanted to start doing some kind of like marketing work and I would ask the AI agent for some help. Obviously, if I don't have any kind of basic knowledge of marketing, the AI agent could be saying anything and I wouldn't really know where I was going, if the strategies for marketing that the agent was giving me were good or not. So it is always important to have this basics set up, and then you can then use the AI agents. And that is the second point. You then can learn AI tools to increase your output, to become more productive, to even explore different types of things that you might want to do. But it is pretty important. And also in terms of like the way that you think, starting to program with that AI will help you a lot with certain kinds of like mental models and looking at things from a different perspective. And finally, this is going to allow you to understand what you ship, because at the end of the day, you are responsible for it. And even if the AI agent is helping you become more productive, output more code, output more features, which is what matters at the end of the day, you are still the one that is responsible for that code. So it is important that you know exactly what you are doing. So to conclude the video, yes, I think that you should still learn to code in 2026. And I think that it is as important as it was in the past. The only difference now is that it is also important to learn AI, to learn AI agents, and to sort of like marry the two together, put the two skills together, and you'll be able to like build amazing things, be able to be much more productive. But it is not a matter or of choosing between the two of them. You don't choose to only code and never learn AI, and you don't learn AI and choose to never engage with the code and you don't care about it. You need to put the two together, and then it will actually help you a lot become more productive and output more features. So this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.